Smarty.
Start another recording. Hey, Alan. So a couple things we're going to talk about. Jonathan's going to come on. We're going to talk about a backlinking strategy. So we want to get that on the table early in the conversation. And then I'm also going to talk about version 5. Campbell, Allen, Hall, I think all you guys should be on version 5 right now. There's going to be a training course. As soon as I finish this course, I have one more video I'm going to load, and then I'm going to activate the whole course. So there's like 5 little training videos of just how to turn on version 5. It literally should take you like 20 minutes to turn it on. You know, things like adding your custom audience for Meta, setting your assigned user tag. So there's a couple things in version 5. I just want to make sure you just go through those steps and make sure your version 5 is now calibrated for your business. So Jonathan, you're here. Looks like we got quorum. We'll just let's give it a couple more minutes for people to come in. I see Campbell, we'll answer some questions while we're waiting for everybody, and then we'll start.
Yeah, one quick question, Smarty. I am trying to change the cover image for my blog, and no matter how small I put it, it keeps taking up the whole entire page. How do I change that? You can't even hardly see the blog when you go to it. So there's got to be a way to modify that. And I've lurked everywhere and cannot figure it out.
Yeah, anything on the website, when you click on it in the elements editor on the left, there's usually a width and a depth, the dimensions of that
600 and 400, and I've done it by that, but let me share this with you, and I want to show you what it's doing. Okay, quick. Hang on. Let me pop it. Let me pop the blog open first so I can share it and show you what it looks like. This is what's giving me a fit. Okay. Pop it open. Now I'll share.
Thank God, Monday.
Just made it back in time, Tom. I was at a inauguration party.
Nice.
Since 11 o'clock this morning.
It's called a celebration. But Smarty, here's what it's doing. It's taking up the whole entire thing all the way down to the fold and really not showing anything. And this is a 600 by 400. So when you go back here and you go to change blog post, it says 600 by 400, and that's exactly what the image is.
No, you don't want there. You don't want there. Go back to your edit your post.
Just listen to the man.
Okay, edit the post.
Yep, edit your post. Update your post.
Okay. Update post. Okay.
So hit the 3 dots. Is it on the update the settings?
The 3 dots where, Smarty?
Oh, on the top right.
Okay.
Duplicate, post, delete. Bob, have you done anything with your image, the top image of your blog? There should be an area where you could change the dimensions from
this image. That's insert image, but see, that's not it. It's actually putting it in it from your SEO settings is what it's doing.
Yeah.
Go back to the previous page. I think it's on the edit blog site.
Yeah. The
okay.
Site. So hit the edit blog site.
Yep. I think this is the editor you were talking about, Smarty.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I went in here and couldn't find it either here.
So it's not showing the header. That's weird.
There's
go to the advanced. Go to the advanced on the right.
Advanced on the right. Okay, right here.
Anything on there on the image? Go down.
Nope. Not that's as far as it goes.
On the general page. On the general.
On the general.
Go down. Anything down below that, or is that it?
That's as far as it goes.
Huh.
Mine's the same way.
Yeah.
And the pictures come in so big that it defeats the purpose, and you can't skip the picture. You have to have the picture. I tried doing no picture, and it won't do that either.
What about the image on the, if you look at the, see where it says blog home, and it's got the screen and the mobile. If you go to the left there, there's like a little image button. See what that does.
Which image button? Right here?
Nope. To the left. Custom codes. No. Okay.
Background topology.
Can you explain what you're trying to do? I'm sorry.
What about the 3 dots on the blog post? Go down.
Yeah, he's just trying to change the image size at the top of the blog.
The 3 dots. I'm not seeing 3 dots anywhere here.
No, when you
I
hit,
think you've got to be inside the blog post itself to
Yeah,
adjust
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's where it is. See where it says blog home up there? Click on
Drop
blog
down.
home in the drop down.
now
Go
go
to
over
the blog,
to the
go
left.
to the blog post.
Yeah.
Blog post.
That's where it is. That's where it is. So in here, this is where you can highlight that image.
That's not the image though.
That's not the image. That's the way it's
He's
set up.
talking, yeah.
That's just a template.
Yeah, it's a template, but where's the image?
I don't think you can go back to the image. I think when you come in and do a blog post, you get that first screen where you put the image, description, alt text,
Yeah.
and title.
But
I don't think there's any way to get back to that and change it.
I think the only way to edit the size of that image is through CSS. I don't think you can edit it outside of that.
Outside of it.
So everybody has the same problem, right?
Yeah, everybody has the same problem. Yeah, it's just a function of the blog.
I don't understand the problem.
Here's the problem.
Yeah, just if
I'll
you
show
look
you
at the
again.
blog when you're reading a blog.
You should not have your picture with everything that's below it other than the title of it. That's bad form. You got to give people some content.
Oh, see, on my blog, my image is what's clicked to get to the blog. Like when you get to my blog, I don't.
This is the actual blog. Go
that's
into
the
your
actual
blog
blog.
itself and launch it, Charles. Because see, this is actually I went to the blog and launched it. This is what people see when they click on the blog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's not
the
so bad
image.
when it's a beautiful picture as opposed to.
Yeah, that's one thing I would
more
definitely recommend.
Oh, I see it.
Your picture is horrible, Campbell. Don't just have a big blue box, right?
Here's
I've
tried.
So let me
pictures. I
share
was
my
ex-
screen real quick. So ask
Okay.
ChatGPT to come up with your graphics, right? So does everybody see my smart ventures?
So I think what he's talking about is that background image that you've got there with all the.
No, it's not this background image because that just toggles. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about when I look at Living in Rittenhouse Square, this is the blog, and when I read it, it's this image.
And it's that big. Look at it. It is that big.
It's big. It's
It
big.
is.
See, they don't even know there's something there when it first comes up. That's the problem. That's bad
Yeah.
form.
Yeah, even if it's switched so that your heading and your first paragraph or two are above the fold, and then the image, and then everything else below.
Yeah, we should be able to. I'll go into the support desk at Go High Level and ask them what their plans are, but we should have control of on designing the blog page itself with the image sizes.
Good catch, Campbell. I didn't catch that.
So
Try to always see
mine's-
what people are
we're
going to see
putting
when
it
they
in
come
the
to the
size
website.
that they tell us to.
Yeah, I know. We're using 6x4.
Yeah.
Has anybody tried putting a smaller image in it? Does it blow it up to 6x4?
I tried that
everything?
too, and it makes it even grainier.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
And that image
check
that I
with
put
Go High
in
Level-
there
I'll check
was
with
from
Go High
Canva.
Level support and see what their plans are. I'm sure they're going to plan because they're evolving the blog. All their modules are constantly getting updated. So that's something that, in fact, guys, I'm going to also share in the group. I'll put it in the community so everybody can go to it anytime. I'll pin it. There's a suggestion board at Go High Level that, when we have these kind of ideas, I'm going to make a post and I'll have a link to the suggestion. And then it's good if everybody in the CRM clicks and votes, because the more votes, they get it done the next week. They're like, all right, this is now fixed, right? So their suggestion board, there's some suggestions that have like 6,000 people voted on this feature. And then the feature shows up on Wednesday. It's like, all right, we fixed, we designed this thing. So I'll go into the support desk, see if there's a current request for the image size on the blog, and then I'll share that. And if not, I'll create it and then share the link that we can vote on it. Chris?
Hey there, this is quick because I know you want to get into talking about V5, and this might be related, but a couple weeks ago when we were talking about iList and making sure we had the right ProEdge URL, I have not brought in a whole lot of contacts, but I do have some My Plus leads, FISBOs coming in, and I only have about 22. But it's not working right. Like if I go into a contact and scroll down to, I
Yeah,
forget what
let's
it's
take a
called.
look. I'm gonna hop in and we'll hop over to your account so we can take a look at it.
Because I think maybe V5 has been kind of updated because I couldn't, when I did a search in the workflows for iList, the URL didn't even come up. It was just the V5.
Yeah, let me head over to you, Chris.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Oh,
Wrong Chris.
wrong Chris. I got two Chris's. Quick fingers.
Smarty, what are you doing for a transaction coordinator now?
My girl Fridays just quit doing transaction coordinators. So
Yeah, I know.
if anybody has a suggestion, I need a new TC for my Philly office.
Yeah, they sent me a notice too.
Have you checked out Sky TC?
No, are they good?
I don't know, man, but I can I have a TC that I would recommend, but I don't know if you're okay with them being a Florida agent. I mean, they're not production, but she would probably.
That's what my girl Fridays was. They were agents, but they were in Florida, in Atlanta, and they did my TC work remotely. So yeah, send me the contact because I'm looking to interview somebody. So
Your
just to
state
let
broker
everybody
should be able
know,
to give you
talking
a
to
recommendation.
V5 is going to be a new folder. That should be the only folder in your system, unless you have custom folders like Bob Milloway. You have your own custom folders and automations. They'll still be there. But the guys are cleaning up. They're still going through the cleanup because it's a massive cleanup. We update V5 and then my ISAs are just getting rid of all the 3s and 4s and stuff in their system. But including right here, like Go High Level still has a bug in applying snapshots. So when I apply the V5 on you guys, all the automations came in nicely and I have them all turned on, ready to go. So V5 is like ready to rock and roll. But it added these duplicates down here, 2 pages of duplicates. So JP and the guys are just cleaning that up. So if you see that and then it disappears the next day, that's what they're doing. They're just cleaning it out for you guys. And they had to do some duplicate emails that came in. But Chris's question is about iList and making sure it works with your CRM. So I'll just do a quick run through and then Jonathan will get into the backlink discussion.
That's fine.
In iList, there's 2 different iList ways to go. So all of us came from iList. So if you're still over there on iList on Joe's platform, you're going to use his URL inside the CRM to get up to the website for the cash offers. If you're using my iList, I have my own URL. So you need to make sure you make some updates in the CRM to your URL. So what we did was, and this is actually going to help things, is in version 5. If I come down here to custom values, let me go to settings. My God, what's going on? Oop. If I go to settings, if I can get there. Let me restart. Get rid of some pages.
Oh, God.
So under settings, under custom values, if you, there's a new one that's called iList. No, you don't have it yet, Chris. So we're going to do it this way. So there's if you type in email in the search window.
But I just want to say those are correct.
Right. You start with this. So I'm going to go through the whole thing, Chris. So let me make sure I tell everybody how to get your iList working. So step 1 is you go to custom values, you search for email, and you got to make sure that this is correct. So if you're using my CRM, it's ProEdge CRM Offers.com. If you're using iList, it's iList, tech.com, right? And then this is your URL. So that's step one. Step two is you come over here to automations, and you're going to look for the iList automation, which is actually you're on version 5, so we changed it up a little bit. So it's now. Let me go in here. And in version 5, I have some training on all this. But in down in here, yeah, you don't have all your version 5 yet. So
Okay.
you're still in the middle of being upgraded.
Okay, that's I suspected maybe because I
Yeah.
couldn't go anywhere. And when you showed that sort of way to kind of globally search your contacts, to retroactively go in and change that URL, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your contacts, when you look at these contacts, at the contact level, well, you have some non-verified emails. So you got to get into practice of verifying your emails. That's another whole
Right. So,
topic.
but do this. This is, yeah.
But right here, we have
Yeah, but if you
URL. So let's see if it works. So let's
no,
go.
no, no, go.
Well, that's the first step. I'm just going to do this. So, well, first, if this is working because we don't have an address for the person, but if we go over here,
If you do that
let me just see. They do have an
little blue box with the arrow, it doesn't work.
Well, it's the same thing of me copying it. So it's either the blue box to launch it or I just copied and pasted it. Either way, Chris. So, yeah, this URL is not right.
Okay.
So it should stamp it. So if you look at mine, mine's hooked up. We'll troubleshoot yours, Chris. We'll figure out why yours isn't there. But if I go to my contacts, close a few things here. There we go. So when you're in your contacts, like if I go to an expired, let me go into a FSBO or whatever, and I open up Brian here, come down here to offers. If I open that URL up, it grabs his offers. Okay.
Yeah, when I try to do that, it kind of shows you this and then it goes to a 404 message.
Yeah. So your URL is just not right. So your URL is not set right. So we got to recalibrate your contacts to get that URL and everybody set right. That's the bottom line on that one. But the other thing you could do to make sure it's working is if you come into the contacts. So if I go back to Chris, send them an email and see if the emails are working. So that's just the URL. But if I go into Chris, what's happening on my machine? I think I'm running out of memory. Okay. There's Chris. Open up a contact. So like, let's get one of these FSBOs. What you want to do is you want to come up here and send them an email. So when I say send an email to Ian, the one I like to do is home values. So we could go like, here's the seller kit, or down in here, I could send them like the January theme or January email for the seller theme. Let's do January. And I send them that email. In the middle here, you'll see it just did a Happy New Year, send an email out. And if they say, what's going on with this house, it works. except that doesn't work. That's weird that it's not working. So something else is going on in the URL. We'll figure it out, Chris. I'll take this offline with you and we'll just figure it out. But it's not getting the full address in the URL to send it up and be able to work.
Right.
So we'll take that
Thank
off.
Is
you.
the full address there, Smarty? Is the full address there?
Yeah, it should be.
We'll go
Yeah,
look.
look, it's
Make sure.
665 Connor Lane, Loveland, Ohio, 45140.
It's good.
Yeah, it looks good. And if I look down here, it's pulling all the fields from the contact. And the contact has that address. Yeah, it should be working, but it's.
So that URL there, it should say the ProEdge on it, right?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
so none
this
of
is
mine say
right.
that either. Mine still say the iList, still say Joe's.
Yeah, well, it's only going to say Joe's if you haven't moved over to me.
I thought that I've moved over to you.
Yeah, did you get the message from Joe that it was transferred yet?
Yeah, because when you pull it up, it says ProEdge. When you pull it up, when you type it in, I can see
Is it work? Is it working for you?
If I go directly there, it does. But here, so my contacts that crossed over from Joe, the older ones, still have.
Older ones will not work. So old emails you send like before you switched over, those buttons are fixed to Joe's URL. It doesn't update old emails because remember that email's in somebody's Yahoo inbox. It's not in your CRM. So
but the URL in that
will,
contact.
so what you want to do is you always want to send a new email to see if it's working, right? So if I go over to Gigi.
So what she's doing is she's saying the old ones need to be updated, the old contacts.
The URL in the URL in the contacts.
So she needs to run the automation on all her contacts again, Smarty.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, I'll show everybody. You're still in the middle of upgrade too, so I'm going to do that real quick, and we'll see if this works for you. So I'm going to custom values.
Because I tried to do that too, and it didn't work.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Gigi. How goes it?
Marty, go back to the URL for the home valuation and scroll to the end of the URL to make sure there's nothing at the end of it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do here.
On the one that you opened for her.
Email. And it's move
me in VA.
VA. All right, so I just copied that URL. So if I just do the URL without an address, it should do this and bring me to your cash offer page. So I know the URL is correct, right? Because you don't have an address. Joe sends them to this page to get a cash offer. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm just going to go to automations up here. And I'm just going to manually I'm going to force an update. So I'm going to say, start from scratch. I'm going to hit plus. I'm going to say contact. And I'm going to say update a contact field. Update the field. The field is iList URL. And I'm going to paste that URL right there. Hit update. Hit save. Make sure it's turned on. So I'm creating a workflow that's going to do the update of that field on all your contacts. So it's a real simple workflow I created, right? One step, update that contact, right? So up here, I'm going to name it iList update, right? So I have a name and I save it, make sure it's published. And then all I have to do now is come over to contacts. You have 1,700 contacts. I'm going to hit select all. I'm going to hit the little robot. I'm going to type in iList. So we'll do the iList update. Hit OK. That should take a second, but now when I go in, if I look at, these are buyers. So do you have expireds in here?
Just put eyeless, it'll pop up.
So let's get Elizabeth. And go down here to offers. And hit that little blue guy. And it works.
Thank you so
Marty,
much.
I'm having the same problem, and mine was working before, and I just checked a contact that came in today from iList, and the link is not working. What would cause that?
Yeah, so you
Smarty,
got,
I think I know what's going on here, Smarty. If you go up to your home evaluation tab that you have open up there, open that up, and then in the bar, go all the way to the right. Is that the whole thing? That
one's mine.
Yeah, but that can't be the whole thing.
Okay. So
this is Gigi. So the whole thing is get cash off.
No, that's where it's defaulting to. I think JP, when he made that link on that email you had open, he included more than the address in the link. And I think that's what's causing it to flip out.
No, but this one actually works. So this now.
No, it didn't. Just didn't.
No, look, this is now, this works. So it's passing all that stuff. That's right. This is the right URL. So if I open it, this one.
I'm saying the URL in version 5 email, it has more than the address in the link. He linked the whole paragraph instead of the address. And I think that's what's causing it to flip over.
Smarty, where does that value come from? Because my value's wrong. Where is that value set for
it's in the workflow
iList offer URL?
Yeah, it's just a workflow that does that, Campbell. So let's go in. So Gigi, you're up, you're good. So if I go into Campbell.
You can look at my most recent contact.
Nope. No, don't do that. Never start.
Custom values.
Go to the source. Find out what makes sure everything's right. So I'm looking at your URLs. So that's the URL that we need right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to automations. I'll just do the same one for you. Scratch. Plus. Contact. Update. iList field is that URL. Save. Publish. Save. So then what I'm doing, Campbell's, I'm just going to your contact.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And just selecting them all.
Oh my God, I don't know if it's the Zoom doing it, but I keep freezing.
Marty, can you do that for me, please?
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that for you too to make sure you're going.
And so once you do that,
Me too.
Will it be correct with everything new that comes in?
Yeah, all the new stuff will be correct. Once you get upgraded to the new stuff, it's all set up that way. So that should work now moving forward for any new lead. So I'm just doing a quick update for you, Campbell.
Thank you, sir.
Quick question. Does this only have to be done if you have iList leads already?
No, when you move over to my system and you already had Joe's working. So if you're using Joe's iList with my CRM, all your old contacts have the old URL going to Joe's URL, not mine. Gotcha. So you just have to do a refresh of your contacts so it updates that URL for all those contacts.
Smarty, what value are you putting into the iList offer URL? Because each of those URLs is unique. All you're changing is the iList to
it's a domain,
ProEdge.
just a domain, Tom. So instead of ilisttech.com, you do ProEdgeCRMOffers.com.
Okay, that's just a domain. Got it.
That's just the domain that you're changing. So I just made the change. So if I look at one of his contacts, come down to
It says it's processing as soon as possible and 6% is done, Smarty.
right. So let's see if this one works.
There's the blue link.
There we go. Boom.
Boom. Works like a champ.
Thank you,
Click
sir.
on the link in that. Is he on version 5? Click on the link inside his first, inside that email.
Yeah, let's send an email out.
No, it's already there.
Oh, it's already there. There.
Oh, so this one here, how come his is a button and Chris's was text?
Smarty just sent that email on mine. It wasn't automated.
Oh.
Marty, while you're doing that, this is Steve. How do I get your iList?
Just send me a text. I'll send you the link to sign up.
Okay.
I want to see if you're finished the upgrade, Campbell. He's cycling through everybody. Nah, I think he's still doing the update.
What's the ETA before you think we'll be able to make that move?
For what the version 5?
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing them all day today. They're not. I got 3
All
people
day today.
that
Oh,
are
today.
working. They've been working on everybody starting over the weekend.
Okay.
I'm still on V4.
Yeah, some people are still on V4. They're going through the whole list. We got a lot of agents to do.
Marty,
Well
if you can
these
give
are,
us
you're not all the way on V5 yet, Campbell.
okay, can you tell us how many workflows we're supposed to have and how many emails so we can go in and verify that when
That's
it's
what
done?
that's
So
what
we'll
the
know.
that's what the ISA team's doing. So they're already doing it for you. So when they do the update, they know exactly how many automations, how many emails. They're cleaning out dupes, right? They're cleaning it out for you. So they're going
Okay.
through it for you.
How
Basically,
will we know when it's done?
in V5, he's going to have it done today. So they're working today. So before you go to bed tonight or you wake up tomorrow, you should be good.
Sorry,
So there's all
folders.
different campaigns now. So like here's the senior 55s, right? That Bob did, or I think one of us did, Bob. So most of the email templates, there's 13 emails. Some have 14. So like all the motivated sellers have a cash offer in email slot 2. So if you go into courthouse or downsizing, you'll see the different courthouse is different because it's a rush one, but you look at, for example, the FISBO drip, there's 14 emails per campaign. So the second one's always the cash offer.
When they clean up the old versions, if I've got folders named my name, Alan, for example, they won't delete
Yeah, so
those.
their instructions are if you have any folders that have not my stuff, they leave it.
Right.
So if you have your own Alan folder with your workflows, they're not going to touch that stuff. They're just getting rid of my ProEdge V4 folders and the AI folder and the IDX broker folder, and they're replacing it because I reorganized all those folders in V5.
So what I did was, if I modified something you had done, I put it in my own folder so that I was separate from any
Separate from me. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's switch over to the conversation with Jonathan because I don't know how long you have, Jonathan. And it's 4:30. I want to get into the backlink discussions, and then at the end we'll do more Q&A on V5 and stuff. So, Jonathan, do you want to talk about what you were thinking about?
Yeah, I actually did a blog today, so I can provide an example. So, I'm going to share my screen.
So you're specifically, Jonathan, talking about blogs today?
Well, okay, so I mean, we've been creating community pages. Some of us have, especially with the new buying buddy. So basically, can everybody see the screen or?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So,
Go to websites up top.
yeah.
So
So,
before you leave this screen, go back for a second to the main sites. No, hit the home button right there. Yeah. So what I did after Friday's call, so Bob took everybody through, or I did it for Rittenhouse Square, I think, but we used Bob's template. So remember, I grabbed Bob's page and then I built Rittenhouse Square for everybody on Friday. What I did was I made a template of that page and I put it in everybody's account. So everybody has this template for a community page. So as we talked about Friday, the first time you do it, you're going to have to modify it a little bit more than the next community pages because the SEO and stuff that are on this page, as Bob showed you, has Bob's stuff. But once you put your SEO stuff on this page and now you do the next community tomorrow, it'll have your SEO because you're going to copy your page from community to community.
Where will we find that page at?
It's right in websites. So I put it in everybody's account. So you'll see under websites at the very bottom, it's called the ProEdge community page template. So if you want to put that on your website, so Jonathan, just show them how to put it in the website. So if you click on that site down below, hit the site down below. No, don't do there. Open the site, go down and you open up the community site. No.
oh, okay.
Go back, open your community site.
There's different ways of doing it, but
Yeah, so you open the site, and then for this page, you say clone it, and you pick your site and your your account and your page that you want. So the location is going to be Jonathan, the page is going to be his realtor site, and then you say add to the site, and then that copies the page on his website. So that's step one. Now, if he goes to his website, he's going to have the Marltown or Morrisville or whatever site Bob gave us in the template down at the bottom. So there it is right there. You hit the three dots first. Hit the three dots. No, hit the three dots. Hit settings, and you name your community page. So I name mine Rittenhouse Square or whatever community you have in Tampa. So do a Tampa community.
I'm just gonna do this one because I gotta start going down a list here, so I might as well do this.
And then you put your path for that community page. So you usually do the name of the community there.
Is there a Smarty? We can't do this, right? Like, we can't do mana and then a name like that.
You know what? I don't. Can you?
You can. Yes.
Okay. All right. Actually, that's Pasco. So. All right.
Are you trying to index it?
Well, I mean, it's the county and then city is what I'm trying
So when
to
he
do.
does one for Pasco, it's only going to be Pasco, and then all the towns in Pasco are the second one.
Gotcha.
Yes. Remember, Andrew, at the 3 o'clock, we talked about that as you break your cities down, right? So I have my 6 counties around Philadelphia. That'll just be, those pages will just be Montgomery County. But then the cities in Montgomery County, I'm going to do Montgomery County / Ambler or Bluebell, right? So that way it's organized on your website when people are navigating.
Question for you on these community pages. The overarching, how are you planning on using this? Is this a landing page to advertise to?
Yep.
To tell somebody about the community? Is that what your purpose is?
Exactly. I'm going to be doing social media posts about living in Rittenhouse Square and then go up to the website to read the blog, or I may have pros and cons of Rittenhouse Square as a social post or a video I do with Hey Jen. I throw that Hey Jen video on social media and they click to go see the pros and cons of Rittenhouse Square, and then they backlink back to my community page.
The menu item at the top of your site, whatever, all of it, all the world goes back to that page for that community, no matter what you're doing to get it there.
Yeah. And then what Andrew and I were talking, Bob brought it up last Friday, but to reiterate, when you're doing blogs for every community, you could have 3 or 4 subjects per community, right? You could have the pros and cons of living in Rittenhouse Square. Then you could have the top 10 places for kids to do in Rittenhouse Square. And then another one could be the top restaurants dining in Rittenhouse Square. So you could have a number of blogs all pointing to your Rittenhouse Square community page, and they're all cross-linked with each other.
Marty, when you
So
did mine, is there any reason why it's not in the ProEdge community page template folder? It's just in a separate page, the one that you created for
No, I
me.
just put the template because it goes on your website, Rob. So I just threw it in the website folder.
Shouldn't they all be in a folder of community pages?
No, there is no
Doesn't matter.
community pages folder, Rob. It's just your website.
And he just gave you a template. Now you can duplicate it as many times as you want to in your own website.
In your own website, Rob. That's the whole idea. I just gave you one page that you can put on your website with a couple clicks. You have it on your website. And then once you do Buckhead and you want to do the next part of Atlanta, you set up Buckhead. And now tomorrow you're going to do another little area. You copy Buckhead and call it the next name. Update that page, then copy it again, make the next community. So
Yeah,
you
I
have
just
a
Marty,
template.
I just put a link in the chat for one that I did. If people want to see doing the restaurants, that's there. It's already done.
Nice.
So Smarty, our next iteration to real estate content AI is to have him allow us to create 4 subject topics to automatically create a post at a particular day of the month or something like that.
I
So
love
way
that,
we can
Alan.
do.
Yeah, we'll hit that.
Great
We'll hit
idea.
Kyle up with that. That's
Yeah,
a really good feature.
Yes, it's a favorite that would save our favorite topics and then create a cron against those or a scheduled task. Yeah. All right.
That'd be awesome.
All right, so
So let me chime in here while he's making this. I got a discovery this weekend. You don't have to go back to Buying Buddy and create your searches for your pages. All you do is copy Morse, like where it says Morristown. Let's say I was doing Delran next. I would copy Morristown to Delran. I'd click on the HTML and just replace Morristown with Delran in the HTML. So you could fly through this page in 2 minutes and have it completely converted, except for your video. Obviously, the video takes the longest because it takes HGen a little while to generate it.
I was going to ask you about that formatting side. So you do it in the HTML section?
Well, you do your first page, your very first community you're going to do in Atlanta, Rob, whatever one you're going to do, you're going to go into Buying Buddy and create the widgets for your city, right? So you're going to go in and set up, just listed, just sold, the different templates that Bob has on his template. If you want something different, you can do something different. So you're going to build your first community page. So what Bob's saying is, now that you have that built, when you do the second community to the 1,000th community, if you do one every day for the next 10 years, you just copy the community page that you just did, right? And then you don't have to go into Buying Buddy and create another widget for just listed homes in downtown Atlanta, right? You just change downtown Atlanta in the HTML in the code editor here, and your page is updated.
Okay. What about the formatting?
You have to set up your first one with Buying Buddy with the widgets.
Whenever you go to ChatGPT and create the, about or it is content, and then you go and copy it back onto the page, it's totally messed up. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with the formatting, copying the formatting from ChatGPT across back to the website?
Oh, it works. Like all the formatting stays.
Sometimes I know what he's talking about. Sometimes it doesn't come in 100% correct. It just takes 2 seconds to tighten it up. Like the last couple I did, for whatever reason, it had everything was double spaced instead of single spaced. So I had to go and take those spaces out. But I mean, for the most part,
Bob, what he's also talking about is ChatGPT will sometimes put characters in that will not translate back. You'll get a box with a question mark in it. You have to remove those before you post it.
Oh yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about the emojis.
The emojis.
Yep.
So are you saying that there's some training on this?
Yeah, we have some training, Kathleen, on that, how to go through creating a post and a community page and all.
On this particular going through ChatGPT and then
Yeah, we have step-by-step training. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to do another version of it because I'm going to do Graduate Hospital with Bob's new trick. So I have one without your trick, but I'm going to Buying Buddy Bob, but I'm gonna shoot Graduate Hospital tomorrow with Bob's trick.
Everybody has to use Buying Buddy on the first page in their site.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a matter of, copy and pasting everything out.
Yeah.
Can you explain Buying Buddy in like 10 seconds? Because I
Buying
don't want to take too
Buddy
much
is
time.
an IDX. So Will, it's just an IDX, just like you have KB Core that has homes on your KB Core site.
Okay. It's like a monthly cost.
Buying Buddy is the home search for that we could bring into Go High Level. So 6 months ago, we all subscribed to IDX Broker with Realty Candy, and we were doing home searches with that system, paying $95 a month. And Jonathan found Buying Buddy for $49 a month. You get all the features. There's a couple things they don't do right now, but Paul's working with us. But Buying Buddy for $49, you have all the home shopping you want right on your website.
Okay, perfect. So in order to do this whole blog idea, we need Buying Buddy. And then, but the whole concept is a buyer is on Google and he types in top 10 restaurants to eat, and that's how you get this traffic.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
But Will, only if you set your keywords, because remember, they're finding you from the keywords. So you need the short ones and you need long tail also posted. That's the only way you get found.
Yeah. So we're using ChatGPT, Will, for all of our content. So we go into ChatGPT. We have very specific instructions of what we ask about writing the blog.
Right. And you covered that on Friday, right?
Yeah, on Friday. Yeah.
Okay. And that class
and then we're also asking for the keywords, and it gives us the long tail keywords and the short keywords and
long. But you covered the long tail keywords in the class in the training. Is that?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So
Will, you'll want
to
find a SEO blog GPT that will help you out with it. There are plenty of them out there. You can do a search, find the ones that have the most reviews and the most users. Those are typically the most reliable, and they will give you the keywords that you need to use. They'll give you local, they'll give you short, they'll give you long tail. From what I understand, the long tail are the most important because when you search for something on Google, you don't type in the city. You go best restaurants, best burgers in this area. You got to think, how is somebody searching? Because you got to match it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
And when you guys are GBT, Will, there's a explore GBTs right there in the menu.
Yeah.
So you just
that's crazy. I just bought the plus one, so I'm gonna be doing all this blogging stuff. Yeah. I just want to make sure that the Friday class mastermind is in community.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just check that out then.
Hey, when you guys cancel IDX Broker, are you canceling it via IDX Broker, or are you going into Realty Candy and canceling there, or both places?
I think all the billing comes from Realty Candy, Tom.
Okay.
No,
is that right, Bob?
No, it comes from IDX Broker, Elmwood Suites.
Oh yeah, Elmwood
Elm Street.
So yeah,
Elm Street.
All right, thank you.
That's where I'm going to cancel wherever my bill goes or my thing comes in.
I just turn off my credit card.
There are services out there that will tell us what people are searching for. Like if you put burger, it'll come back with what the most. So we could leverage those type of services to get those long tails.
Yeah. Priscilla, I just saw your message. So it depends on how far you got. You could stop that and just quick go over. But before you do that, because I know Andrea got stuck. Andrea, you're in Houston? Wherever Andrea is located, Buying Buddy didn't have that MLS, so she couldn't sign up for Buying Buddy. So when you go to Buying Buddy's website, there's a search for the MLS. Make sure your MLS is supported on Buying Buddy before you put your credit card out and sign up for it.
Correct. HAR is not available in Buying Buddy yet. I sent them a message a week ago and they haven't responded.
Okay. Paul's pretty good at responding, so he should reach out. Paul's the owner of Buying Buddy, so.
Speaking of Paul responding, did you see that email?
Yeah, I did see that email, Jonathan.
I didn't know if you wanted to do that on your end and pick one, or if you wanted to let them do it.
Yeah, let me respond to that tonight. What Jonathan's talking about is Buying Buddy will send an email for home alerts out of their platform. So Bob, you know how it's not coming back to us, so Buying Buddy will send that email alert. to the buyer when they shop for homes. He had another domain that he was using in the email header area. So we were thinking about, Jonathan had a good idea, is come up with something that we could use as like the homefinder.com or something, have a domain that's more friendly for the home search. So we're talking to Paul. Paul's actually in his email thread said he may give us a dedicated email server just for our team to make sure we have high deliverability of those emails.
He confirmed that he would do that.
Yeah. So we're working with the owner to get that communication really buttoned up.
So Smarty, next time you talk to Paul, they have a section in there for agents that you can make a widget.
Yeah.
So we're talking about doing backlinks. If he could make that widget so that everybody, it can only be people that are in AXP because you have to be with the same brokerage. Yeah. But if I could put Smarty in, I could put Jonathan, and I could put Jason DeLong in, I could put every EXP agent on my page linking back to their page.
Yeah, that's an awesome
country.
Yeah.
So right now you have to buy $17 a seat to bring another agent in to put there.
Yeah.
But my idea, they wouldn't be using my MLS. They would just be sending, they would go from robertmilloway.com to smartytherealtor.com if they're shopping to House Dealer Tampa to Jonathan's.
Yeah.
But if we could build that out.
I'm going to talk to Paul about that. That's a great idea.
But he also needs to have that option for people that are solo agents that they don't need to buy seats to put in their TC in there as part of their team. Their home inspector, their lender. That team section, there should be a separate widget for that where you're not actually adding agents to your site, that you can create a team because
or vendors.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's going to be something that he would be willing to do because that's more of like a vendor thing that you're talking about. That's not necessarily a IDX relevant thing. So
right, but he has a widget. He has a widget now that you can do that, but you have to pay $17 a seat. So I'm not paying $17 to put my home inspector on. I'm not putting $17 to put my title company on there. I'm not paying $17
for all my agents and stuff. Yeah.
So I want a widget that's not tied to being an agent on my team on the IDX. She already has it.
He can copy that widget and he can copy it and use the infrastructure that's there and just make it a generic virtual team.
Virtual team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be very doable.
You have team widgets here already pre-built.
Oh, you're talking in Go High Level.
Yeah.
Yeah, Go High Level does have team widgets.
Bob was talking about inside Buying Buddy.
Yeah.
Limitations.
I get that, but I mean, it's just that's more of a website level thing. That's not an IDX thing.
Yeah, because if we could have hot links in their team widget here, can you click on each team member and put a URL in, Jonathan? If you drag that into the website real quick.
I mean, you can customize this however you want.
Yeah. So here's your team. If you click on Noah there.
These are just different elements. It's a subheadline. You can just create another element within that thing and just put it in. So it does.
You can.
Yeah, and I bet if you hit the picture, click on the picture, I bet you have a URL on the right.
Yeah, you just get a photo of the person and put it in there.
Yeah. No, but down below, see where it says image action? The image action.
Oh, yeah, you can do the URL.
You can say go to a website, and I put in Bob Milloway, so they click on Bob's picture, it goes to Bob's website. I click on Jonathan, it goes to Jonathan's website. That's going to be ultimate SEO backlinking right there.
What we could do is on our own sites, right? Here's our left. We could have a referral network. If you're not buying in my area, here's our realtors across the country to leverage.
Yeah,
and that's how we could tie it into the backlinks.
Yeah, because that's actually what the conversation, what Jonathan was talking about with me earlier is, we could have this awesome referral network with everybody in the CRM with a page that they go. So if I'm buying outside of Philadelphia, but I need to be in North Carolina, who can I reach out to? It should be one of us in the CRM.
Just make sure it's not all EXP, please.
No, it won't be all EXP.
Yeah, if we do it inside the site, it can be everybody.
It could be everybody, yep.
So what we would need, Smarty, is you.
We need a roster.
A roster.
To send a roster out. And then
he can make the pages like we see here with all the pictures and contact information and the URL we want to use. Just make a standard set of pages, give them to all of us through a push, and then we brand it and put our headers on it and put it on our sites.
Actually, Smarty.
Yeah, so I'll show you what I did. You know how Nick did it for the AI.
Can you create an enterprise level widget and have it shared amongst everybody?
I think I can. I'm going to look into that.
Okay, if you can, because
so what I did here, guys, I took the technology that how Nick has a map in his thing that says here's all the AI certified agents. He's just using Google Maps. So I uploaded all you guys. So if I zoom in, right?
Okay, we're not looking at your screen. We're looking at mine.
Oh, switch over to mine.
I
on
see.
the top.
Oh.
Well, I gotta
there's
close
Jack,
mine.
there's Jackie.
Jonathan, when you're sharing, you can't see anything but what you're sharing.
I'm viewing Smarty's screen. I see Smarty's map.
Yep.
Well, I was sharing, so that's why I couldn't see it.
Yeah,
that's
so
what I was telling you, Jonathan.
when I do the load, I want to get everybody's
Yeah.
website. So I'll get the website for everybody, and then we'll have their contact information, email, and their website. And then from there, I'll make a roster that we could then, if I can do an enterprise widget for a roster, then if I could preload it with all the data, then you could just pop it on your website. And we'll have our whole team. Bob, when I did it, I got errors on like 50 of you. Bob, you were one of them. I don't know why I didn't like your record, but you noticed you're not in Jersey.
So we would need to make sure that Google.
There's Noel. You're there. You came in, Noel.
We have to make sure that Google could see the URL backlinks from this map. They may not go that deep into its searches.
Well, there's no backlinks to a website. It's just the emails.
Yeah, these are just the emails that it pulled in the locations because I had to feed in the city. Extra up in New York. Where's my Texas guys?
Look for me in Alabama.
Alabama.
I don't think I'm there.
Who's that right there? David's there.
Am I in Cincinnati?
There's Francine.
Oh, yay. I am there.
in Atlanta?
Stephen Nate made it.
Am I in Tampa?
I think I got Tampa. There's Sondra.
I don't see me in Palm Bay, Florida. Marty,
Michael.
Arthur.
Tammy's in there. Yeah, so I got to find out why you guys errored out because I just loaded the whole list and I got an error from Google to say these 50 couldn't be loaded. So I'll play around with it. I want to get everybody
can't be shown.
Yeah, I want to get everybody in here, and I'll put a link in the community page. So if you're looking for a referral agent, you could quickly grab their email and stuff. I'll put that in the community page for everybody. But then I think if we do the agent widget, we could have everybody's website in that widget. So that way you could start backlinking everybody on your website. But the other thing that I thought, guys, that is really good is let me go to John. I didn't bring it into my Go High Level yet. I'm still doing the links. Realty.
Do we have anybody from Tennessee?
What do you need in Tennessee?
Still open.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, who's
Knoxville? Do you service that market? Knoxville?
Knoxville, yeah.
Okay, Lisa. Maybe I'll reach out to you.
So
Okay,
the other idea, guys, is you create like blogs. This was like one of my popular blogs last year that we have, and it was the top 10 dog-friendly cities. So I used ChatGPT to write the blog, and I told ChatGPT, oh, by the way, give me an image for each city, a dog in each city. And it came out with these really cool lifelike dog images. So I have this guy, I have the husky with the sunglasses, right? And each of these is backlinked to the city. So Chicago, New York, I like the New York Bulldog, right? And then the number one cities, Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. But when you click on them, these are all hot linked to Nashville for home shopping, right? So when I click on this for the EXP agents, we have what's called My Link, My Leads. And My Link, My Leads is designed to, shop for homes anywhere in the United States. So I made a link in, these are, I hit the wrong link, but I'm going to rebuild it on my blog. But the whole idea is you have this blog that talks about top 10 cities or whatever. And we could do blogs about, living in Tampa or, something like that as a blog, vacationing in Tampa. And then that has links to Jonathan's website if they want to shop for homes.
Or if you get a lead in Tampa, you send it to me.
Yep, exactly. And then we pick up a referral.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be awesome.
What we should do is we should set it up where like there's automation when somebody comes in for that's searching in Tampa, Florida, it automatically kicks it off to do a referral to me and sends the lead.
I like it.
All right, so do we want to get into this other thing?
Yeah, let's get into the other thing on the backlinks. The more
right.
stuff that you're doing. So I'll stop.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, anyways, so we're gonna go into this community back down here. I'm just gonna put something quick together. So what I prefer to do, and everybody else has their own opinion, which is fine, but I prefer to do a 750 word description about a city, and then a page title. I would recommend keeping it to 750 to 1,000 words for the community pages, and then you can go ahead and make it more detailed on a blog article because that's what you're going to be linking to is a blog article. So there's what's referred to as backlinks, and then there's internal links. So this would be an internal linking strategy. So basically, when somebody sees a blog that on Google when they're searching that's on your website, you pull them in through the blog. Then from the blog, you would link them to the community page if they want more information on that community. So here we can just go ahead and do a quick. I just put this in, and this is
Jonathan, I think we're seeing a different screen than you're working on.
Okay.
We're seeing 17 screens.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, my bad. Hold on. I chose the wrong monitor. So, all right. So I just in ChatGPT, what I did is I just went ahead and asked for a community page title and a short 750 word description of Arapica. Well, it gave me probably more than 750 words, but we'll go with it. So I'm just going to use this template to build it out, but it could be built out differently. So I'm just going to replace this with that, and then I like to use Lotto for my titles. So, and then as far as the description, we'll use this portion here, and I'll replace that. And then I'm going to kill this because I'm going to actually make a picture.
And then what you could do, like what I do, Jonathan, is I go to the bottom, I use the copy feature so all the attributes of the blog and ChatGPT stay, the bolds and stuff. This is where you still get a little bit of funkiness you may have to change. But you go to the very bottom, you hit the copy, and then you paste it on the page.
So, I mean, some people like to do the bolds and stuff. I mean, I personally, it's up to you. This is stupid. All right, so this is.
You can't get images in that. You can't get images in that GPT.
Yeah, I just realized that. So I'm just gonna.
Sometimes you can get good images from Canva also if you have the pro membership.
I do. It's just I'm trying to make this simple. While that
You could have
generates.
just left it blank and just kept rolling.
Yeah. Well, that's generate. Okay, there we go. All right, so save image as. All right, so and then over here, I'll just replace this with an image instead of the custom code. Um,
Make folders in your image library, guys. It makes your life easier.
That's what I'm doing.
Boy, does it. Oh my God.
All right, so I need to go into that folder now.
Can I just ask a question regarding images?
Sure.
I was making, I've been using the real estate content.ai. I actually really like those AI images. And I wasn't really looking at them, but I posted a couple blogs and they're all over my social media. And like immediately a couple of people responded like one was holiday traffic and the cars were going like the facing each other on the highway.
Yeah.
And so my question is, do you think that matters or should I be, or does it, and should I be using more of a realistic image? That's the question.
Well, that if you notice in my prompt, I asked for a realistic. So
That's key. That's key.
Yeah.
So that's probably, I don't know how you were generating your images, but that's probably what you need to do.
Add realistic to it, okay.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, this is, it's okay. So,
thatched roof.
I'm sorry?
Said, is that a thatched roof?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, ChatGPT comes up with some interesting images.
You gotta watch the images. Ask it to redo it if you don't like it.
All right. So I need to get my buying buddy link because he did use a different MLS to generate that. So
Yeah, so the first time you got to make your own and then you just copy and paste everyone after that.
That's key for it, guys. First page, build it out the way you want it using BuyBuddy's widgets that you signed up for. It's tied to your MLS, so the code that's going to give you is for your MLS. And then
Wizard.
It's real easy.
Wizard. You need to use the wizard.
The wizard.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a problem I have run into that you all need to be aware of. When you do those pages that way and you start changing the links for Buying Buddy, a lot of times it will not want to publish it. You have to completely get rid of the whole section and put it back in there to do it again. It was doing it to me all day yesterday. Don't know if it was a glitch, but I mean, it happened repeatedly.
No, when you do that, Campbell, you can't preview it without publishing it. You have to publish it for.
I was saving, publishing, and then clicking the link at the top of the page of the web page to go figure it out, and it was still doing it.
Yeah, the first time I did it, it was giving me a message from Buying Buddy, and all I did was go back and publish, and everything came in fine.
No, Bob, I wasn't getting anything when I would do it on that community page where Jonathan's using the picture on the right hand side at the top. I was using a video and I was modifying the videos and doing different ones, and it didn't want to do it with the code, and that was the code that was coming there from Dub.
Oh, I can't. You're talking about the image. You're not talking about the
home widgets.
Yeah, and I had it with the home widget too, changing it out. There were times
it
didn't want to work.
It's got to be that goddamn MacBook.
Yeah,
it ain't that, bro.
Yeah, I second that.
Now, Bob, you do know what Windows means in ancient Latin, correct?
I don't use Windows, so we're okay.
Will be, you know what PC stands for? Piece of crap, but Windows is will be fixed in the next version.
I use a Chrome box.
Yeah, and you're getting spied on
by Google.
They can spy on me all they want.
Yeah.
Google has my phone. Google has my phone service.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using Google Fi?
Oh hell yeah! It's the least expensive and best reception.
I mean, I've used it in the past. I don't have any problems with it. It's just I switched to T-Mobile recently because I just got a sweet deal. But
So what you guys are seeing is Jonathan's just going through and Buying Buddy. They have a wizard for their setting up your filters for your home searches. So you just follow the prompts and they have different things they're asking for, how you want it sorted and all that. And then you're pasting the widget in here.
all right, so going back to ChatGPT and going to my community overview here, I already did the description. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do the natural beauty portion as the headline that they have on the top one right here.
Why don't you just copy the whole thing and paste your whole page?
Yeah.
Oh, you
How
guys
you
did
doing
it.
it? I paste the whole page. I'm done.
Okay,
Go to the very
No,
bottom.
no. Copy. It comes in, but if you copy the whole thing using the copy link and
Use the
take out
copy
what
link.
you don't want, it comes in cleaner.
Yeah, it's much cleaner. Go to the very bottom and hit the copy link, Jonathan. Right there. And then get rid of all that text and paste. And then this is where Bob was saying sometimes it puts extra spaces in. So you just get rid of the few spaces you want, change your font, and then you're done.
It's not doing it for me. It's just.
Yes, that's what it is. You just got some extra spaces in there.
Just got
It does
extra
that once in a
spaces.
while.
So you get rid of the
Take 'em out.
description.
Yeah, the whole formatting's gone. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the formatting's gone.
All right, so I'll show you how to fix that. Well, actually, no, that's not gonna work. Sorry. All right, well, let me just do it this way since I have to. All right.
Just tell it to export it into HTML with H1 and H2 tags, and then cut and paste.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing, but this is a text editor, so it's not going to recognize the HTML, and it would just probably put the tags inside the visible.
Then make the box a code box versus the text box.
That's a crappy way of doing it, in my opinion. But
what if you didn't say match style, just brought it over?
And then style it once it's on the page.
Well, when I say match style, it made everything bold. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't be doing it this way. I would be doing every headline, the actual headline. I would be doing because right now you're not. So these right now are all in a paragraph tag. So if you really want to get technical about it,
they got to be H2 tags.
Yeah. So what you would want to do. Yeah, I'll show you the right way of doing this. So you would want to go in here and set a sub headline, okay? And then you would want to go into here and grab this headline, and then paste and match style, and then I would make this bold, and then I would make it Lotto because that's my theme, and then I would right align this. And then I would just take this and duplicate it. So I would just go here, here, here. How many do I have? 4, 5? I have 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5. So I need one more and duplicate that. So then what I would do is I would go in here. I would copy this. I would then paste this and match style. And then delete the extra space.
So the reason, guys, people are saying it's easier just copy the whole thing and paste it. What Jonathan's saying, it makes sense if you're want optimal SEO, right? So web pages are broken into, all the text on a web page is broken into these H tags. So you have H1 is the main header on the top of the web page. Then you have H2, H3, H4, H5, and so forth. So if you just copy all the text into a text box, you're not getting any benefit when Google looks at your page. There won't be any H2 tags on there, for the searches. It's going to pick up H2 tags, when somebody does a Google search for community steeped in what's the history of this community, right? It's going to pick up that tag and say, I'm going to show this website because it has an H1 tag on that subject.
But that's where you can tell ChatGPT to create this as a, export in HTML format. It'll give you a file that you can open up the file and copy and paste it in here, and it should have H2 tags in it.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, in that case, Alan, yes, you could do it that way, and you could do it as a text box, but then you wouldn't have the ability to edit the code and add. Okay, you could edit the code as HTML in a code box, but what I'm going to show you next is I'm going to take this page and I'm going to link it to a blog and vice versa. So it's a lot easier to select.
And have different highlights to toggle back to the blog.
It's a lot easier to select text like this and hyperlink it to a blog page than going into the HTML code. A lot of people in here would not understand that. No offense.
No offense. No offense taken.
So the page you're using was actually already linked back to a blog, what you're trying to get to.
Yes, and I saw that, but it was at the end, and everything was in one big paragraph. So what you had done is you created a paragraph box, and I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just giving the insight that everybody needs.
So this creates 5 backlinks per, okay, if this one page had 5 different paragraphs and 5 different H2s, headers, then you got 5 different backlinks.
That's right.
Well, so you're going to want to look for
For example, if you had a blog about amenities in that community, lifestyle and amenities, and you have a blog about the top 10 things to do on the weekend in this community, right? That H2 tag could have a backlink back to that blog, where another one could talk about the dining in that community, and then that backlink can go to a blog about dining.
So you're just connecting all your blogs onto one blog.
Onto one page, correct, Will?
Okay.
And that's called backlinking, Will. So Google.
Well, this is internal linking.
Internal linking, but you're linking your sites together. Google loves that because they have a map of how to get around your world. And when somebody's asking about lifestyle in this community, you're going to.
It tells people. Sorry, it tells people. It tells Google and individuals what items are related to what.
Yeah.
And then it can say, okay, well, Google can say, okay, well, this is related to this, and then it's can see, okay, so this person's asking for this information, so I want to show them this page, and then they'll probably go to this page too because they want more information on it. If that makes sense to you guys. And if it doesn't, just ask. And I mean, there's no bad question here. So,
Jonathan, let me ask then. What I'm hearing you say is by doing it this way and having the H1 and H2. I assume H1 is the actual headline. Am I correct?
Correct. H1's the
main headline.
You only want one H1
One H1. So when we're building it, only use the headline one time. Everything after that is
H2.
a sub headline, which is an H2, and then everyone you do after that would be H3, H4. And then the body is classified as something else. That's called a paragraph. Am I correct?
Yes. So this is a H2, and if you have a sub headline box, you can see as you click on if you highlight the text, you can see what it is. So these should be H3s. So I'm going to change these to H3s because they're more just they're a third level. So it will default.
Homes for sale is an H2, Campbell, but then the other subjects under there are natural beauty and they're H3s.
Think of an outline.
Think of it like an outline like when you're in college, right?
And so you're saying it's worth slowing down to do this. So you're saying it's worth slowing down to do this because it gives you better SEO ranking.
It makes Google understand the page better, and then therefore you would theoretically get better ranking.
Okay. Because it's definitely a pain in the ass doing it this way. There's no doubt about it. It goes from a 2-minute process to probably a 15-minute process.
Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, once you
once you get the page, first page set up, it's simple. It's simple. If I go back and reset my page to this, it's not taking any time. You're just going, grabbing one, have two screens open side by side, grabbing one, putting it in, grabbing one, putting it in.
I understand doing it, but it's going to take more time. There's no doubt about it. It's definitely not time savings.
No, it's not. Not once you get the first one set up. So when I go back to my Morristown that he's using here, all the rest of my Morristown is still correct because I did use, header 2 for the other headers all throughout there. So when I go back in and put these header 3s in and separate it out, when I go to do the next page,
it'll be saved.
Seconds.
It'll be saved, and then you just have to change and create a creative haven. If there's a different title, for the next community, then you just change that.
Are you using Carousel? Yeah, you are.
I'm using Carousel all except for the homes for sale at the last one, and that's a map search.
So this was Carousel too?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I made it a...
If you don't put Carousel there, then you got a long way down before you're seeing the subject matter.
Yeah.
So the people who have been doing this, like, have y'all been seeing any traffic or any leads or,
Oh my God, Bob's SEO is going through the roof, Will.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'll give it.
He's not talking about SEO. He's asking for actual leads.
What does all that reference?
Well, traffic leads to leads.
Yeah.
Right? So how many people are visiting your website today without this strategy? Probably you get 1 or 2 visitors a month. Bob's getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of visitors to his website. So they're getting to know him. So when they raise their hand and say, I'm ready for a house, who are they going to think of? Bob.
Who did not vote for Donald Trump.
So to give you an idea, in November, 594. And I started this big time in December. That went from 594 to 996. Today is the 20th, 2,663. 158 organic views in the first 20 days of January.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing, guys? Like, you want to be found on Google. Who wins the Google war? Page 1 on Google. They're the ones that are getting all the business.
Where do you see those, like, the traffic views, Bob?
I have Google Analytics on my dashboard inside of Go High Level. You may have it too if you connected your
if you connect your Google to your Go High Level account, you'll have that dashboard.
Okay, yeah, I think I have that.
So I'm getting these results, and I'm not doing, and I wasn't doing it the way you're supposed to, like we're getting taught now. So can you imagine if I start doing it right?
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have like 5,000 a month going to your site.
Well, Bob, that's assuming that what you're doing now is wrong, when it is not true.
Well, the other thing is this is work, right? This is the rubber meets the road, and a lot of people just won't do this. And so if you could just be consistent and spend the 45 minutes or an hour, whatever it takes you to get that down daily, that's going to get reduced. If it takes me an hour the first day, it'll be 45 minutes the next day, and in a week it'll be 20 or 30 minutes.
Well, it's not going to be that long once you get this templated out, because like I'm doing right now, I have to go and get the code for each individual type because it's different for each type. Like under contract is different, sold homes are different, and then this was different as well. Yeah. And then also I had to relay this out, but now that it's all relayed out, it's just copy and paste.
And these are just done once per community, right? It's not.
Right. Yeah, once you have the base down here, then you're just going to create blogs to link back to this.
Yeah.
Now, every 120 days or 180 days, if you wanted to maybe refresh this content, you could. and it would give it a better visibility because once contents get stale, you're going to want to refresh it. But I would only do that for the top communities that you're trying to really get to.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not
sense, 'cause, like,
mistaken, guys, the most important thing is for you to decide where you want your business coming from, as in the communities,
Yeah.
and then the stuff that you think people are going to be searching for that will lead them back to your website. I don't think my goal is to do blogs for forever, other than keeping people up to date with what's going on. What I'm going to focus on the most is getting the communities that I want to do real estate in, and then the information about those communities. Like if you'll look at the link that I sent you, I've done the parks that are in the area, I've done the steakhouses, the Italian, and the burger joints, which in my area are probably the things that people are going to be searching for the most, because you're not searching for Mexican restaurants. You can't go a block without hitting one. This is the things that people are going to look for when they're going to spend a little bit more money on food. And so that's the ones I want them coming back to my website to see homes for sale in those areas. So
You're
mine's
just
a
hoping-
very specific strategy.
You're hoping they get more money.
And are you sending like these blogs and like emails like as a drip, you know?
All of the above, Will. So when we get our blogs, we do a campaign, an email campaign to everybody in our database. We put it on social media, right? You may run an ad about it. You can run paid ads in the ad platforms. You just want to promote your content anywhere and everywhere.
And Smarty, what we need to figure out is a Facebook campaign that we can do to start posting for free on our organic sites and doing advertising for people who are looking at a community. Because I'm thinking that people that are looking for a community, at least in my mindset, are typically coming from out of your area. They're not people that already live here. So
Yeah.
your ads are going to have to go to a much larger audience to find people that are thinking of moving to Philly, thinking of moving to Metro Atlanta, whatever it is. That's where your honey hole is going to be, providing those people with information.
That's right. And then if you think about it, guys, the most popular realtor YouTube channels is all about the community, right? They come in and they'll say the top 10 restaurants. Why, like all the realtors in Texas are doing a lot of YouTube videos right now about.
Jonathan, that's the lead capture form there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're doing it. You're doing a video about, leaving California, right? Think about leaving California. Why come to Austin, Texas? Boom, boom, boom. Right. So they're the ones that are getting all the traction, and
you're going to need to go make that one.
That's actually what we're doing on paid search right now. So I'm targeting people from Michigan moving to Wisconsin, and I'm doing Google search over there because if I do Google ads in my area, they all have agents. If I go out of state and they're relocating, they don't have anybody.
Yep, that's a good point.
Bingo.
Go to California, start advertising in California, Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Which one are you using?
What? Well, I'm using Google search ads.
I'm using listing alerts, the one that's full size, not the short one, because it has space to put bedrooms in. There you go, beds and baths.
Okay.
And then you pick your color theme that you're using on the rest of your site.
Well,
I haven't been able to get the color theme to work, Bob. What am I doing wrong? I chose my color as the background, my Team Hague blue, and it is not showing up after I've done it.
Well, I don't put a colored background because I couldn't get it for the form to look decent with a colored background. I changed the color of the print to my site color.
Got it.
I got to say, I have no clue what's going on right now.
This is your buying buddy, Charles, right here that you're putting in. For the search, you're customizing what people are going to see and what you want there. And most of us are doing carousel because you don't want to take up too much real estate. You want them to see homes, but you also want to have more space for the rest of your page.
No, he's doing his lead capture.
Lead capture now? Yep.
Yeah, that's what he's doing now.
And I did that also. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
But that looked like custom code, like that.
It is, but he's creating his code right now that I already created and put it in. But Buying Buddy makes the code for you.
Yeah, Charles,
Okay,
you're not programming.
thank you.
Right.
They're
And
just
on
giving you the
Something I'm gonna
HTML
have to
code.
create.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just,
that's why I said, Andrew and everybody, your goal is, if you're using Buying Buddy, start with Bob's template for community page, and then for each section, go to Buying Buddy and grab your code from Buying Buddy for that section.
Yeah, and then this one doesn't have to be changed again on any page.
Yeah,
It's
the
there.
opt-in
It's
is at the bottom of every page.
right.
I threw a link into the chat. This was brought up in one of my agency calls a couple weeks ago. Um, for blogging, Rocket Loans and their Learn part of their store or their website, is whoever's doing that really knows what they're doing. And we were directed on the call to emulate that site further with the way they're backlinking and internal linking. But that's a really good model if you're looking for something to learn from. There's a lot of information on what they've done there, which kind of brought into that call, partnering with a lender who's also going to blog is a really good strategy to basically amplify yourself because you can link to his stuff, he can link to your stuff, and now you've got, some intermixing and you're going to lift each other up.
Yeah.
And the third one was basically, I mean, we're working on YouTube channels more. So really the YouTube channel is the accelerator. The blog's actually the lesser part of it. So you're going to get more throughput on the whole system by basically linking back to your blog in the video and linking back to the blog in the description of your video and some comments down below
And there's no excuse now, guys. So if you don't like to be in camera, use HeyGen, create your avatar, and then you feed the script for YouTube. And then every day you just pump a YouTube video on your YouTube channel about another community feature, right?
Jeffrey, are you doing faceless or a faced video when you're doing that for YouTube?
I'm relaunching everything right now because I'm trying to do it all in 4K. But Malcolm Lawson found out, basically if you go on site and you shoot the first 30 seconds to a minute of the video on a park bench or something next to that community square or center, your video gets almost 4x basically the foot traffic, because people go, oh, you're really there. So doing that extra step. So that's what I've been working on, B-roll and gathering some of this stuff. And now that, winter's here and everything's gray with no leaves, now I'll do the video editing and get that going. But that's a huge, you can do faceless, you can do any, you can just throw it up. But if you actually go out there and literally just do some footage on site, even if it is winter, but as long as they can recognize that city center, it's working in those types of videos for community videos. It's also working in interruption style ads because I got a guy in Texas who's doing really well with that. So, and we're going to probably copy what he's doing.
So, as Jeffrey was saying, it's really good to. So basically, having a video here, I didn't do it because I didn't have time to do it on this example. But having a video here would be good. I would use a dub video so you can see people if they're watching it or not. And then once you have that video, take that video, replicate it on YouTube, link it back to the community page and to the blog from YouTube. That's going to give you more authority.
More authority and juice. Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan, here's a question on that.
Yeah.
Dub versus YouTube. I love Dub and I've got a subscription, but for Google to maximize what you're doing, wouldn't we want to have it as a YouTube video because then they promote it more because they promote anything that links back to them. When we're linking to Dub, that's working against the better interest of the largest search engine. So I'm just asking as a thought, I love Dub for emails and everything else, but when we're doing a web page, and we're trying to get more SEO traffic, wouldn't we want to do it as a YouTube video instead?
I don't think having a video on the website is going to make any difference compared to having a YouTube video here. is going to make any difference to a dub video here. What matters is you take that same video, upload it to YouTube.
Got it.
And now also to mention, in the YouTube description, you're going to want to have different content that's on this page, but you're going to want to link within that content to this page. Same thing as the blog that you create for this community. You're going to want to link back to the blog from the YouTube, and you want to make sure that you're optimizing the description and the title on YouTube as well as here.
So you're saying that's different than your blog?
I just posted an example of taking this into YouTube, and as it comes in from Hey Jan, I take it to both places. It goes to YouTube and the site at the same time. YouTube gets its own description. If you take a look, and as he's talking about it, links back.
Yeah, he's creating a mesh. All roads point to this page.
All roads lead to here. Yep.
And then the YouTube leads to here in the blog.
Your one challenge with YouTube is when you post it, as soon as that video changes, unless you've got it in a playlist and have a number of videos, you're going to get served some competitors' videos sometimes in your market.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to have if you use YouTube on your direct website.
Yeah, you can get around it if you have a big enough playlist, but it takes a while to get YouTube to continually serve your stuff versus other people. But once you're established, you can do that. I would actually say that emails should link to YouTube for the video, because you're going to get more Google juice by going out there and that for your YouTube channel. Linking to a dub video, there's different way for a community video. I would put that in an email to YouTube. For a message or the general stuff that you're doing that's more confidential, then dub I think is better, but you're not getting any reward for getting people watching dub. So getting them into the YouTube algorithm is going to do more for you and for your domains and everything that you're linked to, and your Google authority. That's really what you're after in the whole ecosystem.
The whole ecosystem, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's all we've been
like
studying.
having on your website, have a dub video, because now you can track, hey, I got this buyer or seller watching the video right now on my website. But when you send an email campaign out, you could drop a YouTube video in that email campaign. So when they click on that, they go to YouTube to watch that video. But it's the same video, like Bob said. The video on his community page, he posted as a YouTube video as well. And then the email that goes out can point to that YouTube video instead of his page. And then the page maps back to the community page and the blog.
And the thing on your page, first of all, I tried putting the YouTube video because exactly what Jeffrey was talking about. Thought it would give me more juice. The YouTube videos don't render nearly as nicely in GHL as the dub embed does. But the second problem is if you don't have the juice on your YouTube channel and a crazy cat video comes up, doesn't have to be competition, and they click to go watch the cat video, then they're off of your site.
Yeah. So anyways, so what I'm going to do now, so since I created the community page, this is another community page that I had created previously. Earlier today, I created a blog article that I'm going to link back to this page. So I'm just going to give you examples of this. So in here is the blog.
And that's what I'm talking about with the picture.
With the image, yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
yep.
I think that the blog system is set up for mobile. It looks friggin' fantastic. Shrink your screen down. It looks fantastic on mobile.
Yeah. Remember, guys, 80 or 90% of the people looking at your blog are going to be on a phone.
Look at that.
That looks great.
Yep, it looks great. So I wouldn't get as hung up, Campbell, on what the website looks like when they're reading the blog, because everybody's looking at your stuff on a phone.
So also, when you have the video, I would take a video and summarize your blog in a video. Put it here at the top of your blog. and use dub. That's what I would do.
Say that again, Jonathan.
I would do a summary of your blog here. That I didn't have time to do it, but do a summary of your blog and put a video of it, of the summary of you doing it, or Hey Jen or whatever you're doing, and put the video here, because a lot of people in 2025, they don't want to read all this. They just want to listen to it.
That's a good idea.
And there's a super easy way to do that. If you have Merlin, you just open your blog, tell Merlin to summarize it, copy the summarization back in to ChatGPT to Agent Tuber, and say, turn this into a video for me, and hey, you just have to wait for Hey Jen to do it.
Or when you're doing your blog in ChatGPT, you just turn around and say, hey, ChatGPT, I need a summary video script for this blog, provide it, and then you take it and put it into Hey Jen.
Yep. Add a step.
What is your blog basically your page as a blog?
What do you mean?
So is that basically? Oh, this is all of Florida.
No, this is
Seminole,
Florida.
Seminole, yeah.
So is that blog basically your description on your page?
Then he has a community page for Seminole.
Yeah, but so my Seminole community page is this right here, which I didn't use your template. I was building out community pages before your template came out. But I mean, so basically I would say, so going back to the blog article, I would look for things like, all right, so I would look for Lake Seminole. So if I see Lake Seminole Park, I would try to find properties around Lake Seminole and link back to a page specifically about that. I mean, you can get really niche about this, because when it comes down to long tail keywords, and if somebody, so let me see. So this is going to give me keyword ideas for based on this keyword that I put in here. So this isn't going to give me anything, but there are keywords that you could find that would have traffic, and they'll be a long tail keyword. Seminole's a little bit of a harder city to work with because it's a smaller city. But anyways, like a long tail keyword is between 7 and 5 words, 5 to 7 words. So it's something that somebody is really intentional about. That's why you want to target them. Because you're not gonna compete on homes for sale in such and such city. You're gonna be able to compete on long tail keywords when somebody's looking for niche things. Like if I go to Google and I type in homes for sale with a pool and 2 bedrooms in Seminole, Florida. So you still see that Zillow's ranking high on this, but like Fly Homes, I don't know what that is. I'm trying to find somebody that's local, but it's a lot of doing, because like Century 21 is up. I'm already on page 2, and I haven't seen anybody like a small realtor ranking. Okay, so Clearwater Real Estate Tampa Homes, that's
That's 15 years old.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's 15 years old, but it's obviously a local realtor. It's not somebody that's they've gotten to page 3. So now if they had a better designed website and they had better content and stuff, they could probably rank that's a good keyword or key phrase for them to rank on because they already are ranking on page 3. So if they boosted and improved their SEO for that page, they could jump to 2 or 1.
Mm-hmm.
So like Imperial Point Homes for Sale, Seminole, Florida, that's another one. So let me do this. So this is Sierra Interactive. Their websites rank pretty well. So again, My Gulf Coast Property, they're ranking for it, and that's a local realtor. They're top 3, and it's Sierra Interactive. But anyways, so they've obviously put some effort into ranking for this keyword in this specific community. So this is just a small community on the intercoastal, and it has a bunch of villas and condos. So I mean, you really need to get niche, is what I'm trying to explain to you all. On if you're wanting to rank SEO and get to the top 10 results, you're going to need to be very centric on what you're trying to rank for, and it can't just be a broad city ranking because Google's going to beat you out. I'm sorry, Zillow's going to beat you out 9 times out of 10 on any broad rankings because they have the money behind them.
So with that said, and for all my AI certified agents out there, what was the acronym that Nick uses? Not SEO, but the AI part of it. Optimization is going to be taking over the world this year. So is it a matter of us?
Massive marketing.
Yeah. So remember he talked about that, right? So one of the things we should think about too is not only post a video on YouTube and a social and an email and this and cross-link, but go back into your GBT and say, now learn this site, right? Remember this site. So now when I have a community page about Rittenhouse Square, it knows everything about it. So somebody in the AI world says, hey, what's the best restaurants in Rittenhouse Square? I'm going to rank there from ChatGPT responding.
Yeah, so I mean that's another thing that we can do is like, but you're going to want to say, okay, so now that you've helped me create this website or whatever, go ahead and learn this page with the new context that I put it in at this URL.
Yeah.
And I mean that's gonna help, obviously.
That's going to help because I don't know if you know you guys now, but anytime you're on Google and you're doing a search, the AI responds to your search before all the other websites. So if I say, how do I do this? Or what's this best restaurant? AI is the one that's at the top of the Google search is responding to my inquiry before all the SEO related sites in there. So we're doing SEO, but don't forget we're AI certified agents. We want to teach your AI about what you just did. So the next person that asks for that, when the AI is reading it, it's going to use your website as a reference.
Yeah. So I mean, but what I'm trying to explain to you guys is don't try to rank for such and such city, and whatever, like homes for sale, Clearwater, Florida, or something generic like that. You want to find the neighborhoods that you want to work in, and you want to find every keyword that is relevant to that neighborhood, and then try to rank for them.
Yeah. And Campbell, you started that with your blog ideas is like the top 10 steakhouses in this area of town, right? So you're getting very specific long-term key or long-tail keywords of people looking for a steakhouse in this area of town.
Yeah.
And you can ask ChatGPT that. Give me the 5 nearest hospitals or schools or restaurants or steakhouses to a subdivision, and it will get you the 5 closest.
Yeah.
And rank them, right? Something like that.
Write a blog about it. Right?
Yeah.
This area has great hospitals nearby, or great services, health and human services, or great schools.
So,
you know,
you
what I
should
did
have
was-
multiple blogs pointing back to the same page as you build this. So that's sort of like Campbell's saying.
Yeah.
You still want to have a very specific, we're not gonna, like he's saying, we're not gonna rent for homes for sale or homes sold, but you still need those on the community page. You need those subheaders to even be in the game. Now, the blog post shouldn't be your community page. It should be a blog post about the 10 best restaurants in whatever town, or those blog posts should point back to these community pages.
Yeah, and that's what Campbell did. So Campbell has blogs on each one of those subjects, right, Campbell?
So I would suggest everybody create a
Marty.
Like a community page. I'm sorry, a community's mega menu like this of the areas that they're trying to target. One, and then two, I mean, you can get deep into this because, like, if I go to my website,
That'll be a new training class for everybody too. We'll start working on mega menus. So on your website, as we're building all these communities, we need a landing page for them to see all the work that you've done, right? So they go to the communities and they can pick what community they're interested in. Buckhead, boom, they click Buckhead and it goes to the Buckhead community page.
And you could build out your footer too for SEO.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that Sierra Interactive does. Their footer is really strong. And that's what I tried to duplicate on mine. So I put it, just like your menu on the top, I have a resources section that takes you back to certain pages. Then I have a community section, the same as that drop down, but I just put my main 20 in there. I don't put 500 in the footer. So the footer's, goes forever.
So here, what I would do, honestly, is this is the page for Pasco County, okay? So I have all these cities in Pasco County. What I would recommend doing is maybe not. So you're gonna have some kind of short description up here, okay? Say 750 words or whatever else. Then down here, you would start listing all the different cities within Pasco County, and then you could say top cities in Pasco County or something like that, and then just start listing them out here.
That's what guys, I'll ask Paul if he has something similar. We can just build them out with hyperlinks, but for the county ones, the higher level community pages, remember in IDX Broker, they had that widget in there where you could list out each city alphabetically, and then they want that area town. They click on it, then it went to the next community page.
That was the counts.
The counts.
Yeah, it would be nice if he had something similar to counts, because then we could display the actual amount of listings in the cities.
Yeah,
and
how
stuff
many
like
listings
that.
are in that city, and then they click on it. Yeah.
And I think carousels would be huge, and you could put a carousel of cities. Might be nice.
Sierra actually uses neighborhoods.
County. You could what you could do is carousel the whole county, and then the hyperlink the name of the town back to the community page.
Yeah. So we can do neighborhoods as well with Buying Buddy. Buying Buddy is actually pretty performant with.
It's easy.
So yeah,
the neighborhoods actually perform better. That's what Sierra was finding with.
Well, yeah, they do perform better because they're so you're going to use
hyper local
neighborhoods,
right?
Yeah.
Hey, how you could build it out is just on the county, you put a carousel for each town with a hyperlink to that town. And when you get to that town, you hyperlink and do a carousel for every neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or also another big hitter is schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, having school districts. That's something, yeah. And then having a blog that ties back to those school districts. That's something to be interesting, going to ChatGPT and find out what the top 15 topics for somebody relocating are.
Yeah.
Because that's really what you want. not for the locals. This is for the people
For the
moving.
people out of state or out of
Here's a
out
question. The question I have is there a way that we can create a long tail keyword that actually becomes that we use so much that becomes known? Like, for example, I'm thinking home centric selling solutions, right?
No,
Because I list.
I mean, no, it's not. So the way keywords are created, it's not even. So you would have to tell hundreds of thousands of people to use that keyword, and those hundreds of thousands of people may use it only one time.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think in the mind of the end user that is trying to search for something, and that's
When
what the
you think keyword, you need to think natural language. How do people
natural language. Yeah.
talk,
And
and how
guys,
do they
Jeff put it
search?
in there.
That's what
I
keyword
use
really
this.
is.
So Jeff put it's called Keywords Anywhere, Everywhere. I have it on as a Chrome extension in my browser. I use it all the time. So you can hop into, Keywords Everywhere, and it gives you you put in whatever subject or area you want. It's going to give you all the long tail keywords for that subject.
So for people that don't want to subscribe to a keyword service or something like that, all you have to do is type in a keyword that you think that might be relevant, and then just look at the bottom where it says people also search for, and these are all the keywords that are top keywords that are searched.
Yeah,
And
the reason you want to use keywords everywhere is it actually tells you if you can rank. If you go look up Karen Carr, who's that YouTuber, she's actually got 3 or 4 videos on how to build SEO for YouTube and for search by using that. But there's certain ones that you're never going to rank for, and there's certain ones that you can rank for, and then there's the ones that get no traffic like 4 times a year. So that's really what that tool's the best for.
I
And
mean, that's what it's very similar to this tool that I have here. So I mean,
it's less expensive. That's really
yeah. Well, I mean, this has a flat fee subscription. If anybody ever wants to do it, it's a lifetime. You can get one website for 290.
yeah. What I want to say keywords is $30 for the year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a one-time deal. You don't have to pay for it ever again.
Right, but in 10 years we'll be doing something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's your call. I mean, this is one website for $30, so it's comparatively. But I mean, Neil Patel, he's really good with SEO. I mean, he has his own company.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a solid.
Yeah, I follow him too. It's a little complicated for the non-technical user.
Keywords Everywhere is just simple, stupid. You put in a word, it gives you all the analytics. It's cheap. Shows you what you need to do to map out your keywords.
I'll find
The one thing I will say is it's pretty good because this is pretty good because it gives you SEO opportunities. I mean, I haven't added my new domain to this, but anyways, you get the idea though, is like if you're on the dashboard, it gives you, it starts, if you're looking for opportunities, it will give you opportunities right here, and it will just tell you what to create content around.
Very good. All right, guys, we're coming to the top of the hour. I want to try to wrap it up at 6. So I'll have the recordings up there for everybody. And by the way, I'm changing things up. All of our masterminds have been extended times, and Dub is hiccuping when I try to load these 1.2 gigabyte videos up on the Dub so you can replay them. So I'm putting them all on my YouTube channel, and then I just have a link in the replay course to click and watch it on YouTube. And then because it's on YouTube, we're all AI certified agents. If you want to ask Merlin to summarize it, so you don't have to watch a 2-hour replay, just ask your Merlin to summarize it and read the summary.
It might be a suggestion that something that might be good, like for the future, like Jonathan, for example, had this down as topic. If he would like create his own video and then put it out there where everybody can follow it without, like before we do it in a group, can get as far as they can go, and then he can present and people can pick up wherever they failed.
Doctor, yeah.
Instead of
So what about, so somebody's going to do the mega menu as an example. What if they videotape themselves doing it ahead of time, and you played that video, so there's nobody stopping it, there's nobody asking questions, the video plays, people can drop their questions in the chat or write them down. When the video ends, then we have questions, because it never fails that we're trying to teach something and we get a question and we go off somewhere else and then come back in. So
yeah.
So like, if I commit to do so-and-so on Friday, I have to have the video done to Smarty on Wednesday. So that Wednesday Smarty, by Friday, Wednesday Smarty can have it ready to go and play. And then that'll be the beginning of each one of these, so that it's very simple if somebody wants to go back and grab just the subject matter from what took place on these calls.
Yep. No, I really like that idea.
Smarty, you can do that very easily. You are the owner of the Zoom account. You can set it so no one can unmute themselves. When you start the meeting, you can set it where everyone's in listen mode only, and then they have to raise their hand to be recognized, and that will prevent anybody from cutting off what you're doing.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the back end and set it up a different way.
Yep.
Vanessa, you have your hand up.
Hi, Smarty. I have a question regarding our website. When I'm clicking find your home value or cash offer, it still shows the iList Tech logo. Is it because of the domain? Because when I click the home valuation page, our domain is not the Bexley Realty Group, but it is move now with ease.proedgecrmoffers.com.
So I'll take that offline. I'll look at your account specifically for Bill's account to see if URLs are set, and we'll see. But it should be taking them right to the new website that will have the CRM offers.
Since our website, is not inside the Go High level, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna have to do some work on your external website to point it to the right location.
Any updates on the lead service and or mailbox power?
Having a meeting with them this week, so we're looking at the API feed to the sub account. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything looks good and we'll turn it on.
Marty, so I assume since we did not do V5, you're going to put out the training video so we can all enable that.
V5 has a whole training section in the learning center that'll be turned on tonight.
And Smarty, how will we know when JP and the crew are done with our account? Because we don't want to start before they're done.
I've asked JP to reach out to each of you when they're done the update. So they'll send you a direct email and say your V5 is ready to roll.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
When you say it's ready to roll, the V5 will be there and everything that should be pulled out will be pulled out?
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. So all the old stuff will be out. V5 will be in place. And this time, because I didn't want to have you guys toggle and all, because we're getting rid of it, because next week, if you send an automated text, you're going to go to jail. So highly fined. So all the text campaigns were ripped out. So it's just emails, and we rewrote all the emails and stuff. So V5 comes in, all the automations are on, ready to go. So if a FSBO hits your system, a minute later, they're going to get put on the new FSBO automation and get that first email for the FSBO.
Okay.
So I've had 2 conversations with Mailbox Power. I just need to get with Smarty. I got a complete breakdown of how it works. They actually use Go High Level for their affiliates that basically just sell Mailbox Power. So it just drops right in. The anybody under Smarty automatically gets 4x6 and the next size postcards for postage only. And if you want to, that's what I need to talk about. There's a way for you to upgrade and get full blown, but I need to talk to Smarty first before we go into total details.
Work that out, so then we have
how that works. So you're going to be able to get the full blown probably for half of the $200 a month they charge over there. And you know, if you guys would just trust me and use the gifting side and start sending your people birthday cards, I'm telling you, the business is going to go. I got two people that called me off of birthday cards already in January. Hey, I got my card. Thank you. One of them, I got an offer went out today on. So I'm telling you,
it's worth it. I do birthday cards, and they send out on your birthday the most delicious chocolate brownies. So they call me about the brownies, and if they get a half card and there's no brownie, they're like, "Where's this?" They'll call me to let me know there's no brownie in the package. They're like, "Smarty, where's the brownie?" My kids were looking for them.
Yeah, so I can tell you, they used to have a birthday cake, and in the second year on the birthday, I sent 2 birthday cakes instead of 2 brownies. I got a shitload of calls. Hey, thanks for the birthday cakes, but those brownies are so much better. So I only got to like March, and I turned the brownies back on and took the birthday cakes out. But it's so simple to do this. Once they're in there,
yeah,
it's an automation.
If they have the same integration, I'm anxious to talk to you, Bob, because if they can integrate like Postcard Mania did right natively in the CRM, and I could build the automations and pick my postcards and build out all that stuff, then it's going to make it really easy for us to move that
And it
direction.
should simplify us sharing amongst each other.
Yeah.
So.
All right,
Hey,
guys.
Smarty,
have a good night.
how,
I'll be
how do I?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Francine.
No, I was going to say, so I'm getting charged $99 a month from iList and $25 on top of that, and I think Robert said he is too. So I don't know, how do we switch that?
So I listed $25 is Zudelia.
Okay, all right, but then I'm getting charged $99.
So, but in addition to mine.
Yeah.
So let me. I'm going to send Joe a quick message. He's supposed to be canceling your subscription when he moves you.
Okay. So do I need to worry about moving my iList Tech URL too, so that it's yours?
If you've signed up for mine, then there's a process in your CRM where we just swap out the URLs.
I think that'll just be easier for me because then I don't have to worry about doing the iList stuff.
Yeah.
So for iList, you know, I showed everybody how to put the live chat on listings to leads. You can put your live chat on iList too.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is go into the marketplace, deactivate the one that Joe has set up for you. Just deactivate it, it wipes it out, and just put your code in there and activate it again. And you'll have the same live chat on your site, on listings to leads, and anybody that goes into iList. So when somebody opens up their iList to get their values, it's going to be your live chat on that page.
That's awesome.
Also,
hey, Smarty, this is Steve. Well, I got a quick question for you because I listen to these webinars, 3 hours, and it's you guys talk about some fascinating, some great stuff. Somebody new like me, do you have a list, A to Z, all the apps that you guys are talking about? We were just talking about birthday cakes and brownies. I mean, where's that at? And so, do you have a list?
What I'll do is
like
in our community, we'll make a pin post at the top of our we'll start running our favorite apps. So I'll start with listing the ones I use, and then you guys could comment on it and say, I also use this. So that way we'll have a post in the community where you'll see what we're all using.
And then do you also have a list from A to Z just to get up and running? Which ones we need to absolutely get started?
Smarty's already got that, Smarty. You already got
that's there. Flashes.
Where?
That's in the community. You just go from one course to the other.
Okay. So
Smarty,
but that doesn't have all.
Walk him there, Smarty.
But that doesn't have all the apps or all that. It doesn't have everything you guys are talking about in there. There's no way. And then when I watch the videos, I go back and watch the videos. Is there a way? I know I'm asking for a lot more work, but is there a way to chronicle those as well, so I know which ones I should be watching when that correlate with what you're talking about? Because I can only speak for myself. Being new, I am completely lost when you guys are talking about, because you guys talk about so many different subjects.
Yes,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Smarty, a PDF checklist would be really helpful for us who are task orientated.
This is what I'm doing for my partner because I handle the tech and the lead gen. He handles the closing. I am making him a handout that explains the funnel, the pieces that he needs to know about it, and what he needs to learn on the community. Complete with his login information. So it's a quick, easy SOP to get him running.
Yeah, I like that. Noel, can you share a sample of that so I can look at doing something for our CRM?
Yeah, I'll send you a sample of it. One is based off of doing a seller's funnel, and then with iList, and then the other one is based off of a buyer, and I'll send it to you, Smarty. We're a husband and wife domestic team, so when I set it up, it's for us to use. So it may need to be adjusted for someone that's just doing it on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I just shot Joe a text message about the subscriptions, guys. So when they move over, Francine, I'll let you know what he said. And anybody else that's getting double billed, he should be shutting those subscriptions off when he moves you.
Do you know if he fixed the code, remember, for the selling options?
I checked on Friday and it still wasn't fixed, but he knows about it because I told him like 10 times. I'm like, when's it going to be fixed? I'll try tonight and see if it's up there yet. What Andrew's talking about, guys, is Joe has, when you log into iList, there's a button that says integrate iList to your website, and then you say do it yourself, and it gives you the code to put in on your website for like the cash offer widget and the home value widget. And one of them is the buying options widget. So I want to put the buying options from iList on my website when you go to the sellers page as a section.
Well, there's also
there's a problem there because it's not updating. You can't update it. I tried to change mine for what I originally did like 4 years ago, and it changes, but when you go and actually look at it, it's the same one I set up 4 years ago. So it looks like it changed. I told Joe about it too. So I think he's got an issue there.
Yeah, he's got an issue. He wants to fix it because that's a good widget to put on our website, guys. The selling option that you set up on iList.
Absolutely.
Is he going to do anything with the comps? I thought they were going to bring the comps back. The comp module.
He brought that up a week or two ago. He's completely. In fact, I don't know if Dana's on here still, but Dana and I are going to do a demo with Joe, demoing Revive. Revive's comps and their deal evaluation interface is the most beautiful I've ever seen. It's a really whoever designed it, it's beautiful. And Joe wants to revamp all his screens to be very sticky and very nice presentation for the homeowner. And that would include.
I mean, it would be amazing if you could do the AI, like where it visualizes everything and shows what things would be like price wise.
Yeah, no doubt. That's one thing that Revive does. As they're looking at the house, AI takes over and says, "Well, if you decorated this kitchen, I get you an extra $28,000." Very, very cool stuff. So we're going to do that demo. We were just Joe just responded. So Francine, anybody else getting double billed?
I think Robert posted that he was too.
Rob Dietrich.
Let me see who was in the Zoom. It was Robert Mueller.
Oh, Robert Mueller.
Shorty, I'll let you know if I am. I'm going to sign up as soon as I'm done with this call.
Okay.
Smarty. Smarty.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys are getting double billed, send me a quick text message and I'm communicating with Joe. He's going to rectify it and cancel your subscriptions over there and issue the refund.
So do you need mine, Smarty, or are you good with me?
I just got you, Francine. I just told him.
Okay.
Marty, I'm sending you the gist for the 3 buttons that I modified.
Oh yeah. And it has Buying Buddy built in, right?
Yeah. Well, it has the placeholder for your Buying Buddy to be put there.
Okay. Perfect.
So we get it working? Is it work?
I have it working on my website.
Yeah, it's not working. You sent it to me. It's not working on mine.
What we're talking about, guys, is on your website, your main website, the first page. We have, shop for homes, get a cash offer, check your home values. So it's those 3 buttons on your main website. 2 of them go to iList, right? The address bar pops up and they go up and get their offer. But the buy one is supposed to, drop down and give you the address, the home search window so that you can shop for a home right from the home page. So Jonathan wrote some code for us that we could share amongst the group. So if everybody wants those 3 buttons, we'll have it available. I'll have a little training video on how to do it because I got to do it on my site. So Jonathan, give me the code, and then if you share the code, I'll try to put it on my site, see if I can get it working.
I just put it in the chat, and I also sent it to you via email.
Okay, cool.
It's on GitHub. I just sent you the link to the GitHub post.
Okay. Sounds good. Then we'll have
You're gonna have
buttons back.
I will tell you, you're gonna have to adjust the coloring because it's using my colors.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. All right, guys, get ready for V5 this week. Next session is Wednesday. If you guys are using Listening to Leads, Bob goes through a Listening to Leads at 4:00. He's got some really cool stuff that they just came out with. He's going to show. It's going to be a new page on your website. So he's going to show how that all works on Listening to Leads on Wednesday. And then Friday I have a special guest on Friday. We're going to have an onslaught this year of homes under market. So basically we have a national specialist of short sales. So he's going to spend the first hour. He wants to partner with all of us. He walks people through the short sale process across the country. And he's going to educate us on, how to tackle that market so we don't let those leads go away. I know that affects us with all the iList ones. As soon as you find out the seller doesn't have any equity or worse yet, they're upside down on their house. A lot of agents walk away and say, "What, I can't do anything with this," or it's a complicated process. He uncomplicates it, and he'll show you how we can get those houses sold. And he just told me the banks are paying us 4% commission when we list those houses.
4%?
4%.
I'll take it.
Coming right from the bank, not the seller.
We need to get that Rolodex of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So he'll be on Friday's call at noon. He's a really good guy. I think you guys enjoy his presentation. So Tom was asking Bob Milloway here. Tom, reach out to him either through chat here, share your information, Bob. They're asking, how do I get Listening to Leads? So put your link in there, Bob, and anyone else that wants Listening to Leads, it's at a really discounted rate. So Bob's offering it super discounted, and from what they charge retail.
If you have a lender that'll support it, they'll give it to you for free.
Yeah.
What is it?
If you sign up with a lender who signs up for it, they can get 50 realtors for free. So I don't pay for my Listing to Leads.
No, it's definitely not free. It's $250 and it goes up to $300. It's free for you, but not for the lender.
Right. Yeah,
So
it's free for me though.
So I had a lender account. I dropped my LMO and I kept the account, and I'm getting until if I could get caught, who the hell knows? But I'm just offsetting my costs to give it to everybody and then having a weekly training for everybody.
I mean, if it becomes a problem, Bob, I can do it. I'm still licensed as a LO. I'm just letting you know. I mean, we could transfer it if we need to.
I don't think it'll be a problem. I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they're going to care, but I'm just letting you know, and you're going ahead.
But if it does, then we'll figure something else out. But yeah, so if we get enough people, I'm going to drop it to $15 a month. If we get enough people, I'll drop it to $10 a month. Yeah. I'm not looking to make any profit. I was giving it to everybody for free as a lender, but when I decided not to continue, I wanted to give an option to the 15 or so people that were using it.
Yeah.
So Bob, how do we implement this?
So you click that link and you sign up. I'll send you instructions for your account and start coming to the trainings on Wednesday.
Okay, I just signed up 2 hours ago while we were doing this class. So I'm on a 14-day trial. Do I need to cancel that? And then
cancel the trial. You'll be paying $60 a month.
Right. So
Yep.
cancel this and then do it through
Click
this.
that link.
Yeah, do it through here, and it brings it down to $20 a month.
Perfect. Okay,
Like,
thank
when
you.
we get to the point where that $20 is going to make me money, I'm going to drop it to 15 for everybody.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just so you guys know, in the masterclass section of the replays, I have the Wednesdays also included in there. So you'll see every Friday of the month, but you also see the intermittent Wednesdays. So you can go back and see Bob did some really good listening to leads training for everybody, Stephen and everybody. So if you just signed up, you go watch those. Bob gave you some really good pointers of how to set it up.
Hey, Bob, are we capped to 10 listings on your account?
I don't think there's any cap at all. There's I got somebody on my account that has got like 47. He has his whole team's listings on there. He's got like 47 listings on there.
Okay.
And I've been up as high, so I actually have my real estate account under that. I've had mine as high as 35 at one point.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I don't
they normally
think
cap
any
you
of
at 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of that whatever that tiered pricing that if you buy it yourself, I don't think it has anything to do on the back end of this, because I have a guy, in fact, that one team, he's in the 40s all the time.
No, that's a really good deal. That's less than what I paid before COVID, before he raised the prices. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good price. Hey guys, I just real quick to pass on to you. I got the senior developer of Go High Level just sent me an email. Unfortunately, because of the bad behavior across Go High Level's ecosystem of agencies, there was bad people that were doing email stuff. So development shut off the ability to do the SMTP emails that we need for warming. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able. If you have it already in there, like I'm already have my emails, they're being warmed. But anybody that wants to start email warming with the CRM, we're not able to add those SMT users to put it on instantly. But my next question was, I asked him, I just said, this is why we're doing it, and when are you going to have email warming inside of Go High Level? So we'll see what he says.
So then cancel instantly then?
Yeah, if you're only using instantly for your CRM, you can cancel it.
So this one here doesn't use
it's not gonna-
STMP to connect the one I'm using. I didn't switch back to instantly. So it just automatically connects. There's no all that stuff you guys had to go through with instantly. And
that's a good option there, guys. Bob just put the link in there. That's another competitor of Instantly that connects a different way to Go High Level. So you could sign up for that, connect your email and Go High Level and start warming it.
I think it's the same price, but you can't do multiple emails. You can only do one. That's the only drawback to it. But I was only doing one, so I kept it.
So we don't have the ability, like they're not going to keep the people that are on SMTP on?
No. The people that are already on SMTP were good. But they restricted now. If you try to add a new SMTP user, you get that error say you've been blocked.
Oh, okay. That's why everybody's getting the block. Okay.
Everybody's getting blocked. James was getting blocked when you were on with Jonathan James, right? So we can't, unfortunately, we can't use that method anymore, at least for now.
It's always the bad people that fuck it all up.
Bad apples.
The bad apples. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Take care.
Go Notre Dame.
Thank you.
Go Notre Dame.